Good day everyone, Phoenix Princess here. Okay, as you could probably tell from my voice, this is going to be a serious vlog, so get comfortable, this might be a while. Anyway, many of you may or not be aware that today is Autism Awareness Week, where, well, basically, it's where people try and understand better. Try to understand people with autism better on the spectrum. As you probably can tell from nearly all of my videos that I stutter and I repeat a lot of the same things. That's because, well, because I have Asperger's myself. And I can tell you, growing up with this, it wasn't easy. And I can tell you why. Like I said, this might be a while. Well, my family started noticing signs when I was about 9 months. They said I didn't like being held as much, my eye contact was funny, and I didn't like being and I didn't like staying in one place for more than 3 seconds. Anyway, when I was probably 3 or 4, this started getting concerned for them, so they took me to a specialist and they diagnosed me. They diagnosed me. They said to my family that since, well, autism, Asperger's and autism, it affects males more than females, so they told me it may not be as bad for me, but they said keep an eye out for anything else. Anyway, throughout my life, I always wondered why I was so different in a way. I was scared talking to people, my eye contact was weird, and when I was in nursery, all I ever did was go to an art table and draw all day, which was actually very pleasant on my account. Anyway, and because of this caused a lot of bullying for me. I was a target for lots of bullies, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't something it was something that no one should go through. They called me names, they called me alien, practically anything they could think of. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was so confused. I constantly asked my mother, and she told me constantly that I was just different. I didn't know what she meant at first, but I just went with that until... Oh boy, sorry guys, this is just a very serious and personal topic for me. Anyway, and throughout and since then, I just believed that, because she wasn't lying to me at that point. But what I don't get is why people just bully me all the time. I may be peppy, or I may seem like happy-go-lucky and peppy, but during my bullying days, when I was bullied, I just cried constantly. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought people just didn't like me at all, and I thought I was just going to be alone. Well, I thought that till I met Frost Kitson. You already know how we met, and we're both autistic, so we understand each other very well. Anyway, when I reached 13, my mother decided to tell me finally why I was so different from everyone, and as you could have guessed, I was angry. I was furious at her because I asked her all my life what was wrong, and she just kept that secret. Keep in mind, I was 13, I was young, I didn't know what to think, so you gotta imagine that type of reaction from anyone. Anyway, I didn't talk to her for about a week, I think, and when I did finally talk to her, she told me what it was, what it does to me, And I decided to do a bit of research on my own, and I understood it a bit better. And it explains a lot throughout my life why people bullied me. Anyway, so yeah, that's what pretty much happened. And it didn't get any better when I was in high school because, like I said, I was still young. I just learned this information. I didn't know what to do. I tried being more sociable, but they just shunned me. They didn't want anything to do with me, and that honestly broke my heart into a million pieces for days. Boy, sorry. I just wanted to fit in, and like any other teenager wants to. And the teachers weren't any better because they didn't care. As in, when they found out I was autistic, they immediately thought I was incapable of doing anything. I can name a lot of examples, like, for one thing, you see, at the beginning of year 9, we were allowed to choose what subjects we wanted, and I wanted to learn French. But they put me in Spanish because they thought French was going to be too hard for me. And at first, I didn't mind that, but in my mind, I was furious. Then there was an issue with my art teachers because I am very artistic. I love doing it. I've been doing it since I could pick up a pencil, but they thought my art wasn't good, so when I wasn't looking, they constantly changed it. And I remember during probably year 9 or 10 art, we had this final project, and I was pretty happy with it until when we went on break and I came back, she changed it completely. We got into this massive fight and I just had it. My maths teachers weren't any better. I'll be honest, you know when you hear that autistic people are good at math, and some are, but I'm not one of them. I'm really good at English though, just not math. That's one of the things. Anyway, I remember my year 11 maths teacher where she just stopped trying and she just stuck me in the back. She just stuck me in the back and just gave me worksheets while she taught everyone else, and I felt like a complete idiot. Do you have any idea what that was like? And for my English, well, I wouldn't call it so bad. I mean, I was friends with 2 lads who I've known since since reception, and they were really good friends of mine. It was just the 3 of us in a small classroom, and honestly, I didn't mind that as much. I mean, at least I was learning something, so I didn't pay much mind to it. But the one thing that got on my nerves was my head of years. Oh my god. I remember my year 11 head of year, and he hated me. Fully hated me. Because of my condition, he assumed I wasn't good enough. He actually told me that, and do you know what he had the nerve to do? He actually dragged me out of my classroom, took me to his office, and typed in the word rude and made me say the meaning of it. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? I was fuming. I hated him, and then I remember when I just lost it completely. Frost, you may remember this, but remember on the day of your 17th, well, every teacher just had a go at me, and then I just freaking lost it. I said everything I held back for years at them, and I did get in a lot of trouble to that, but honestly, that was the biggest relief of my life, because everything was out, everything I held back, it was off my chest, and honestly, it was a really good feeling. So, yeah, So people assume because I'm autistic, I'm not good at anything. They think I'm incompetent, I'm incapable, and it is not. And it is not a nice feeling. And if anyone with autism is watching this, then you probably understand that feeling very well. Probably understand that feeling very well. Yeah, so that went on for quite a while until also my classmates during year 10 and 11, they actually matured. They apologized to me for everything they've done, and I got invited to a lot of things. I was feeling accepted, and honestly, that is one of the best feelings I have felt in a long time. But because of that, I did do a lot of stupid things. I threw a house party, got way out of control. They did apologise for that. They offered to help out with the cleaning, and everything was fine. So, a lot of you probably think that about a lot of autistic people, but let me tell you this. A lot of us are a lot more capable of things than you think if you just give us a chance. Like, emotion-wise. I have heard a lot of things about that people with autism, they're practically emotionless, they don't express or feel emotions. Well, I can tell you that's dead wrong. I mean, I just explained how I felt when I, let everything out, and we do feel and express emotions, just different in a way other people see it. It's just how we work sometimes. It's just how we work. It's what we're used to. It's how we just let our feelings out. Like, for me, for example, back then, I used to express my emotions through my anger a lot. But also, I expressed it through my art, which is very therapeutic. I can tell you the truth on that. Oh, boy. And, oh, what else was it? And, that's a lot of people, and just, so if you come across someone with Asperger's who seems, I don't know, emotionless or unfriendly, you don't assume that until you get to know them, because honestly, if you do, that is just not right at all. Ugh. A lot of people thought I was emotionless because I didn't know how to express my emotions that well when I was young, and a lot of people assumed that I was just an emotionless freak, and I've actually been called that. It is not a nice feeling. So yeah. And also, there is a lot of people with Asperger's or autism that have amounted to amazing things. I've had a lot of people who doubted me, and I think because of that, it drove me to do what I wanted to do. I mean, I got through college. I passed high school. I got through college. I'm now at my dream university where I'm doing what I love. All because people thought I couldn't do it, and I think that what gave me the drive. I think it does that to a lot of people as well. What else was I going to say? So yeah, don't assume that autistic people are freaks, emotionless, or that you think they're stuck up. I mean, seriously, they're not stuck up. They're just They just do things differently. Like I know a lot of. I mean, I still follow a routine because that helps me get through. And honestly, if that does get broken, I do tend to freak. But you know what I mean. So and because of that, a lot of people think autistic people, they're just not at all. And oh god, I don't know what I'm saying now. Look, the point I'm trying to make is, You can't judge someone based on Asperger's or autism. Okay, we're like everyone else, and we just, I don't know, want to feel accepted, and I don't know, feel accepted, loved, and just a part of society, treated like a human being. Okay, that is all we've ever wanted for years. I mean, I've wanted it. And I know a lot of people still do. So, the moral of this vlog, try and understand what we will go through every single day, because every day is like an obstacle for us. We don't know what's going to happen or what we're going to do, and honestly, and I'll tell you something. There are times where I wished that this condition was just gone, but as I got older, I realised this is what makes me me, because we see and hear the world completely differently, and honestly, if my Asperger's was gone, I would just see it like everyone else, and I don't want that anymore. I really don't. I mean, yeah, Asperger's may have its bad points, like, for me, I lose my temper a lot, I get angry at the smallest of things, but at the same time, it also has its good points, like, I don't know, it makes them artistic, adventurous, or anything they love doing. Oh, sorry, dead foot. So, the point and moral of this vlog is that don't judge autistic people because of what you heard they're like, because we are a lot more than that, okay? We're human beings too, we're just different. We just express things and do things differently. It's not a bad thing, it's just how we are. Okay, and I'm sick of people thinking we're like that. Like we're just aliens that are incompetent and incapable of feeling emotions. It's just, I have dealt with that my entire life, and it just annoys the hell out of me. And so all I'm asking you is to put aside your prejudice and try and understand people with autism, Asperger's, because who knows, they might be the greatest friends you have probably ever had, and they might help you see things differently than what you're used to. Look, all I'm asking is just give them a chance, please, because I don't want anyone to go through what I did throughout my life, and if anyone with Asperger's is listening to this, remember, you are more capable than what you think. You had just got to believe that you can, and if you find that opportunity to do it, just grab it and show them. You will surprise yourself and other people. So, that's all I got to say. Please just give these people, just please give us a chance. It would just give us a chance, because that is all we've ever wanted forever. Okay, wow, I am crying now, because this is really serious and really personal, so, right, that's all I got to say. Right, thanks for listening. I hope you stayed until the end for this, because if you did, thank you for really listening. And I hope you take my advice into consideration. Like I said, you'd be surprised. Right, that's all. Till next time, guys.